is Thursday. It's 1 o'clock. Welcome aboard to, you know the show. It's called Ask Brien, B-R-I-E-N. We get your emails, faxes, phone calls. What else do we get, Brien Johnson? Yeah, Brien, we're on the air here live. Where's your... You need a microphone. My God. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a big show today. Great guest coming on in a couple of minutes. Her name is...
Without the Rocky, I couldn't do it.
Without... Ladies and gentlemen, stay focused with me, all right? There we go.
Okay, now I can go.
There we go.
I'm waiting for Rocky. I can't start.
Stay focused, ladies and gentlemen. The show's called Ask Brien. We have background music.
Get with the program.
My producer, Aaron, the best in the business. Andrew's also got an audience. Where's our audience applause thing? We need audience applause.
And where's the bell?
That's all right. Coming up, I love this guy, Brien Johnson. Our best show was last week. We got so many great compliments.
Not everybody said it was the best.
Everybody said it was the best. Suzanne Adams is coming on here in a minute. And I can't wait to interview her because I actually, unlike you, I believe in angels. I know you don't. You're an attorney, okay? You're a successful attorney in Los Angeles.
Is it tangible?
Exactly. See, ladies and gentlemen.
But I thought we were going to talk about
We're going to talk about Ask Brien. So go to the website, askbrien.com. It's a great-looking site. The site's been improved. Like every week, he's got a full-time staff working on this site. There's videos. There's e-books. I'm telling you, I go to the site. I learn every time I go. Do you know why? Because there's experts on this site. So if you have a question that's too intimate for your family, your business partner, anybody that you know, go to the site. AskBrien.com. Why did you build the site? I'm curious.
We built the site because there are plenty of people out there that have business questions, business problems, and they don't know where to go. They can call a friend, call a family member, but sometimes they don't want to share those moments with somebody else. You certainly don't want to tell somebody, hey, listen, coach, I'm broke. I got no money. I don't know what I'm going to do, how I'm going to pay the rent. You don't want to have that, right? So you're not going to call your friend or your family because you got an image. A little bit of the ego there, right? So that's part of it. And then the other part of it is, hey, listen, I can hire a coach, but, $5,000, hey, I'm broke. How am I going to hire a coach? I can't even hire, I can't even buy a Forbes magazine.
You started $5,000? Is that, I won't take any client on for, what? I'm teasing you. I'm a business coach. Teasing you all. Stay focused, audience. We've got a great hour ahead on KHTS 1220. It's called KHTS Radio. You can listen online at hometownstation.com.
What about Facebook?
I'll get to Facebook, Brien. Hometownstation.com. Also in the App Store. That's right. We are live on Facebook. That's true. We are live on Facebook. So you can watch us on Facebook. Yeah. You can see who we are.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah. My mom's not here, but hi, Mom. Anyway.
Well, you said you believe in angels.
I do believe in angels.
So you can say hi, Mom.
No, I truly believe in angels.
You should be saying hi, Mom.
What was I going to say? Watch on Facebook, Instagram. Can you watch on Instagram, Brien? No.
What are you asking me for?
You don't know.
Ask the engineer.
Yeah, he doesn't know either.
He knows everything.
I'm losing my train of thought. Facebook. Oh, download the app. I'm not kidding you. We have the best radio app in the country. I'm on every day at 1 o'clock. Sports show on Monday. My show on Tuesday. Today is this great show called Ask Brien. Let me get the guests going on here. Let me bring Suzanne.
We didn't even go over the website.
We did. We just talked about the
a couple
website.
Of comments.
All right. What do you want to say about it? It's called Ask Brien, Brien. It's a great site. It's a good-looking site. I already said it's got videos.
All right. That's fine. But okay, so for today, they're uploading currently the advanced SEO. So SEO, search engine optimization, that course, which has about 12 or 13 different parts to it, and is a second business class added on. The first business class we have was business card marketing course, teaching people how to network with a business card. Okay, that's been up there now for about a week to 10 days. The second class is the advanced SEO keyword research that is being uploaded as we speak, and that class is going to teach people certain techniques to increase your SEO or search engine optimization, which means that you can rank higher in Google. And so that's another great course, and it's not just a 5-minute video. We've got about 15 videos just on that one course. It's basically like taking a class in college, but guess what? It's free.
Well, first of all, if you have a website like Suzanne Adams does, Aaron, what's her site? SuzanneAdams.com?
No, Suzanne Adams Inc.
Inc.com.
INC.
First of all, her site is beautiful. I can't say anything about her physical presence, but she's smart. We did do a pre-interview this morning. And it's a great-looking site. Ours is a great-looking site. Ask Brian's a great-looking site. But what you just said about the SEO, so important. I mean, you're wasting your time if you don't go to Ask Brian and do this. How long is this course for? 10 minutes? How long?
No. I believe it's over an hour.
It is?
Yeah.
I will do this course.
For instance, if we look at the business card marketing course.
Yeah.
And I'm just.
I don't want that.
I
I will take the SEO course.
The course is about the same time, Coach.
No, but I like the SEO. I will take that course.
I'm just trying to show you the time. Well, if you look at that, just like one class, okay? They've got for the business card marketing, they have how many courses? 12, 14? There's
this is good stuff.
20 classes, okay? 20 classes. Outdoor card dispensers, pros and cons of practical examples. So there's 20. And then if you look at one of these, I'm not going to turn it on, but just one of these courses is going to be 5-10 minutes. So you've got 20. So there's a couple
What do you
hours.
charge for these courses?
Nothing.
Really?
That's correct.
Free?
That's correct.
You're giving all this education out for free?
That is correct.
Are you crazy?
We're trying to help people.
I'm a capitalist. I would, seriously, you go to college and you spend thousands of dollars, I would start charging $500 a course.
Well,
let me run this thing for you, Brian. Free? You're giving it away free on AskBrian.com?
We're giving it away free. And we're waiting for your picture, by the way.
It's coming. My picture's coming. Probably this week. It's coming this week. Now, can we bring Suzanne Adams to the forefront of this great show that people love in Los Angeles and parts north? We're a little north of Los Angeles.
Is she there?
Of course she's there.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear. We can hear you. Now, you're in the state of Ohio?
I am actually in Atlanta, Georgia, is where I live.
Next week's guest is.
Oh, next week's guest is in Atlanta. So
no, he's in Ohio.
She's in Atlanta. It's a beautiful city. Hartsfield Airport. You ever been to that airport?
No, but I've been to Buckhead.
It's the big Buckhead.
Do you know where Buckhead is?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
But do you know that the airport that this young lady has to fly in and out is the busiest airport in the world? It is. Hartsfield is the busiest.
It's definitely the busiest.
Anyway, welcome. It's 80 degrees here. It's dry, not humid like where you are. I love your website, SuzanneAdamsInc.com. What a beautiful site.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
And let me just say this to you so you and I can become friends. I truly believe in angels. I pray 20 times, maybe sometimes 30 times a day. I pray for people. I'll pray for you. But angels have come into my life so many times in my life, and I don't want to get off on this tangent. I just wanted you to know, Coach Ron.
No, thank you. I want to hear it. Tell me just about one time. An angel.
Well, I'll tell you one time I was in Oregon visiting my son, who's a coach at Grants Pass High School. They were, I think, 8th in the state last year. So I'm pulling out of this supermarket, and I have I'm at an intersection, and there's no stop sign. There's a I can go through the intersection. For some reason, I paused. Literally, I see a car coming 80 miles an hour through the stop sign, and if I had not paused for 1 second, I'd be deader than a doornail. So some angel stepped in there and got me to pause for a second. I've prayed for angels to come into my family who have had illnesses or challenges, and they've come in. Sometimes people need more than one angel, so sometimes I'll pray for an angel, but if it's a tough case, they need 2 angels, sometimes 3 angels. And here's how God works. God is busy. God's the administrator. God's like the head coach. So there's 6 billion people on the earth. He can't be everywhere at one time. So he has angels, millions of them around the world. Now, here's where you and I may differentiate, Suzanne Adams of SuzanneAdamsInc.com. Love your website. I think you've got to earn an angel. Now, that you and I, let's talk about that for a second. Then we'll get into business, because the show Ask Brian is about business. And Brien Johnson is a very, very successful lawyer in Los Angeles. Makes a lot of money.
A business lawyer.
Did I not say business
lawyer?
Lawyer?
Your angels can help you in your business.
I don't think he believes in angels, so you and I need to convince him.
I don't want to have a show about that.
You don't want to have a show about angels? Okay. Why don't you dismiss yourself and let Brian, dismiss yourself and let Suzanne and I. Anyway, let's talk about business for a second, because he'll get irritated. You and I had a nice pre-interview with Brien this morning, so let's get into what you can do for a business owner. So let's say we have 65% of our audience is female. A lot of them are listening at their desk. We have the largest website in our valley, over 110,000 unique visitors every month. It's called hometownstation.com, and you can listen on that. And we have people that listen in their little cubby holes to our show. We know that for a fact. What would you say to people that are just starting a business?
To not to give up and to have the courage to keep going, because typically, just like anything in life, the first time when you're starting something, it's always challenging, and there are going to be hurdles. And the most successful people failed a whole bunch of times before they got it right. So my advice would be to get really, really clear on what it is that you want, know why you want what you want, and it doesn't necessarily matter the why as long as it comes from a place of empowerment, and then just keep going. And I truly believe that we're all born to create what it is that we want to do. And I don't really believe that we have to fit into the boxes that society tells us that we have to. And so I would say if someone is listening in a cubby, that if they're not happy with what they're doing and they're trying to start a business on the side, to really keep going and to know that they're meant for whatever their desires are.
So I'm going to play a little bit of devil's advocate with you. So perseverance, I do totally agree. Perseverance is the one key that will lead to success. However, what if you persevere, 2 years go by, 3 years go by, you're making, $500 a month on your side business. There has to be a point in time where you sit there and say, this is not a business, this is a hobby. So are you suggesting that no matter what it is, as long as you persevere, that you will succeed?
Not necessarily, because if you're doing the same thing for 3 years and it's not working, I would say that you need to definitely change some things. But, the truth is most people give up after a few months or 6 months or a year.
Well, I actually tend to agree with that. As I actually had seen the movie with Ray Kroc, and that was one of the biggest. He actually used to listen to tapes, or actually I think in those days it was records because they didn't have tapes back then, and he used to listen to records about perseverance and self-confidence tapes that he would listen to day in, day out, basically touting that if you persevere, you will succeed, because obviously you can't succeed if you stop. And so, therefore, I absolutely agree with you on that comment. So we do have some common ground in many, many areas, and that is a common ground that I definitely have.
But you got to tweak along the way. You're listening to Ask Brien.
Tweak or tweet?
Tweak.
Okay, tweet's very
There's
big right
tweeting
now.
and tweaking. And you can... Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just want to say you're listening to Ask Brien. We like to reset, Suzanne, every few minutes because people listen in about 10-minute increments. So they get in their car, they get out of their car. If you're going to be in radio big time, girl, I'll discount my fee for you to get on radio. Anyway, back to you, Suzanne Adams. You got a great sense of humor. I like your sense of humor. I agree with both of you. I think you have. I'm a business coach. Every month I'm coaching businesses. I've been doing it for 20 years. You've got to tweak. You've got to. Don't give up. I agree with both of you. Persevere, be persistent, but you've got to adjust. You have to be smart enough. Look, you're a successful attorney. I'm sure in your law degree, you've had to make a lot of adjustments. Yes, no?
Well, you have. It's basically comes down to flexibility, correct? Now, on the other hand, while we talk about flexibility, and flexibility is a very, very valuable trait, there are many, many visionaries that had to be a little bit stubborn, okay? And that requires that stubbornness. For instance, would Steve Wozniak with Jobs been in that garage day in, day out, trying to create that first PC? All right. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be that you can't be flexible while sharing a vision and having a strong conviction in your principles. But it's a combination of everything. Anything in life, you can't have only one thing. Anything in life you can't do to the sole extreme that you exclude everything else. So yes, when I would say somebody has to have a strong conviction in their belief and believe no matter what, even if people tell them it's not going to work, it's not going to happen, forget about it, it's a dream. you still have to persevere and do that. And what I say is you have to be flexible. At a certain point in time, you have to say, it's not working. What other things can I do to add or try that might make this succeed?
Now that's a great question, Suzanne. I'm going to give you my answer, and then I want you to jump in. So
Okay.
you use the word stubborn, which is okay. I would say when you look at very successful people, they're obsessed with winning. It's not about money. I'm not talking about money here, but they're obsessed with accomplishment, with Edison getting that little fiber in the bulb. You passed your law degree and you've had a lot of success in your law practice, and now you want to give back. That's why you have the website AskBrien.com. That's why you're not charging, because you want to help the little guy. I think that's why I'm partnered up with you on this show. The fact that you want to give back to the community is awesome. So you are obsessed with making Ask Brien a national, international site that helps people with intimate questions. You're going overseas. You're going to Hong Kong. You've been all over the United States in the last year. You want to get the word out. The site is getting improved literally by the week. So you're obsessed with helping people. Would you agree or disagree with that?
I definitely have a strong altruistic streak in my body. But I also believe that, obviously at some point in time, we might need to monetize it because there might be too many expenses and costs to keep it going. But it won't be solely for the dollar. It'll be solely to continue this. Even Wikipedia, if you look at that site, that isn't one of those free sites where people are contributing information and forums and creating that. That's how Wikipedia is created. And every year they'll ask for donations. Servers cost money, technicians, engineers cost money. So you can never have anything solely 100% free. Okay, so you have to understand that too.
All right, Suzanne, back to this question about not giving up. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that I believe that the most successful people in the world, it's about their why, which is exactly what Brien is saying. And I think what you were saying as well is about how much positive impact that you can have on the planet while doing what it is that you're doing. And so I really appreciate what Brien said about if you have an idea that other people think are crazy, but that you jive with it, then really plowing forward. Because I believe, just like the examples that you gave, the iPhone, who would have even really thought about that, and all these other things. And so we all get these ideas that come from a higher power, I believe, and it's really important to stand in that and to move forward on that. And if you're doing something and it's not working, but you know in your heart it's what you're supposed to do, then there's probably another path or another way that you're not seeing. And that's when it's really important to get out of your own way, focus on who it is that you're here to serve, what impact you're here to have, and move forward in that way.
Well said. So you said something I agree with, the high power. I use the word universe. So when you get stuck, or as Brien said a few minutes ago, now you've had this thing going on for 2 years, when do you quit? I say before you give up, before you quit, ask for help. Find a mentor. Find somebody like you. You're a mentor to people, Suzanne Adams. So are you, Brien Johnson. So find a mentor. Find somebody that's been to the top of the mountain before and very successful. Suzanne, if somebody in Atlanta called you and said, I heard the radio show, Ask Brien, BRIEN.com and hometownstation.com, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? You're not going to turn anybody down if somebody called you, are you?
I'm always happy to help people, for sure.
And you aren't either, Brien.
Yeah, we have something in common.
There you go. That's the first time that's ever happened. We're going to take a break here. We're going to come back with this wonderful lady.